everybody, this is Zach from Board with Friends again, and we are going to be taking a look at another model kit today. Specifically, the model kit, the Starscream kit from Flametoys in the Transformers series. Had a good time with Nemesis Prime, had a better time with the IDW Optimus, and I wanted to scratch the itch and get another one of these. I spotted it at Barnes & Noble this time, so I picked it up there. And just looking at the box here, again, they are killing it with this box art. I mean, this is just gorgeous looking. I will stifle the G1 nerd in me and not complain about the fact that he's holding his guns instead of putting them on his arms, but it still looks really cool. This is one of their more stylized, like the Nemesis Prime Fury attack mode style kits, where it's not quite a representation of the original design. It's more of a kind of slimmed down, I don't know, artistic take on Starscream. But I like this. I really do. I think it's pretty cool. Again, these kits don't transform, so they can do whatever they want with the proportions and things like that. But looking at this one, it just looks really sleek. You know, he's got this super thin waist, and then he's got, you know, these longer arms and longer legs, it looks like, and then the sweeping wings in the background there. Not sure how I'm gonna like if it's got these stickers or not. I know my biggest complaint about the last two kits was the stickers. Maybe I'll paint it, maybe I won't, I don't know. The wings being all gray like that, definitely going to have to color those in. But looking at this box, I'm excited to build this kit. And it gets me excited because I know they're going to do the other two Seekers, Thundercracker and Skywarp. So if this is good, I will pick those up as well. But let's see what we get inside here. We have, of course, another gorgeous piece of artwork on the instruction manual. The last two instructions, they were very easy to follow. I liked it a lot. Just having fun with it. Just looking through this real quick here. Yeah, look at that. So easy to follow. Everything's highlighted. Everything's around. Just, oh, there's the stickers. Found them. And yeah, those are going to be red sweeping stickers for the wings, it looks like. So we'll see how those turn out. Interesting Decepticon symbols, though. I hope they're not rounded. Oh, okay, I can see where the cut is. So they're not actually rounded, it's just the way the color bled out. Cool. But yeah, we'll go through that. And we got a bunch of runners in here. We got 2. Looks like 3, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. A lot of plastic. But we're going to have some fun with this. Put it all, snap it all together. It never goes back in the box the same way, you know? But we will snap this all together and see what we think of the kit. Alright. So we'll be back in a little bit. The box never closes properly. We'll be right back with a completed kit. And we're back, taking a look at the Starscream model kit from Flametoys. All snapped together. We got some stickers on them now, and we have some little bit of detail work with a Gundam marker, just highlighting all the different spaces. And I gotta say, this is an interesting kit. As I was snapping it out and putting it together, I didn't particularly care for it. I'm like, the plastic feels cheap, it doesn't look great, it wasn't doing anything for me. And then after I put it all together and assembled it, I started to change my mind. It just, the red was a little bit too light, I feel, but once I started highlighting it, it started to pop a little bit more. The blues, I'm like, it's more of a toy accurate. I would have preferred more screen accurate, like a darker blue, and then I started to like it a little bit more, and like I said, it's grown on me. Especially the wings, once you start to highlight those, they look fantastic. The molded detail on those is great. Looking at this guy here, he's got lots and lots of articulation. So if you like getting him into some really dynamic poses here, it's got some good choices for you. Doesn't come with a lot of accessories, so basically he gets his null ray cannons, he gets a couple different fists, and that's essentially it. But once you snap them all together. You can pick the closed fist, you can pick the open hands, you can pick the hands for holding the null rays, which I'm never going to do that because I'm a purist. Starscream has to have his guns on his shoulders. That's about it. But let's go through what you get with the design here. So the wings are movable. They're on these polycap hinges, so you can rotate them that way. You can fold them. Fun stuff like that. You can get full arm articulation out of this guy, although it becomes a problem when you're trying to turn the arm. You kind of have to pop it out and get the wing folded out of the way in order to lift the arm up, which is fine. I mean, you're usually just putting him into a pose. It's not like you're going to animate him or anything like that. So once you do get the full rotation out of the arm, though, when you do that, and there's a little hinge in the shoulder here, so you can pop it in and out for kind of a pushing his arms forward to maybe fire his null rays. You can close that up. He's got bicep swivel all the way around. He's got a double elbow, so he can really close that sucker up. And he's got a wrist articulation. These are just on ball joints, so you can just pop them out and change out the wrists easily. Doesn't have the same problem as the IDW Prime, where the whole unit comes popping out, which is good. Oops, but the hands do come apart. I did not glue those. And then we get down to the waist. This is where all the articulation happens. The cockpit for the plane, it does fold out, so you can really see in here, there's 3 separate pieces for the chest. You got the top, you got the abdomen, and then you got the gut. I don't know. But it's all on ball joints. It's all on polycaps, so you can move him around. He's got full articulation there. And then this gets out of the way, so you can really get into some low crunches, so you can get some neat poses out of him. And then we get down to the legs. This, again, would be my complaint with these kits. The legs just, they don't move the way you want them to do, or the way you expect them to. They are on a little hinge down here, a double hinge, so that you can pull the leg kind of down if you want, or it can push it back up into it, however you want to pose it. But when you get it up here, it looks better, but then you don't get any range of movement. So the way they got around that was to make it so you could lift it down. That gives you the range of movement that you want, but it also kind of makes it awkward the way it folds, like a He-Man action figure or a Ninja Turtle. But then you get the double jointed knee, which bends, and you get some ankle tilt there. Not a whole heck of a lot in the feet. These skirts, they tend to stay on pretty well, and they're nice separated. I didn't have to clip them apart like Nemesis Prime. And for people who want to use stands, yep, he's got, we'll call it a stand hole. But pretty much any way you pose him, he's extremely dynamic, which is what I want out of a Starscream. I want him to look thin and, you know, maneuverable and just a little sneaky. The head sculpt, when you look at it, it's very plain. This would be another, I guess, a downgrade for him. I would have liked like a little bit of a smirk. I don't know how much you can see on that camera there. But it's not bad. I mean, he's just got this neutral face on. There's no light piping, which stinks, even though they did use clear plastic for the eyes. I do like the head sculpt. I just wish they had put like a smirk on his face or something to make it look a little bit more Starscreamy. Is that a word? Well, it is now. These move for some reason, but they tend to pop off. They're also on a polycap for, I don't know why. They're fine though. But once you get him all posed the way you want, he just looks super cool any way you post him. The only parts I really had to glue were this back piece here. It just did not stay on. It wasn't like it was loose and falling off, it just did not stay on. So I had to fill that with glue just to get it to stay. And then I glued a couple parts that the instructions told me to, like the kneecaps here. There's a gray piece on the back that they snapped together with, and you had to glue those. But I didn't use a ton of glue on it. One thing I will point out for people who don't like this sort of thing is this red plastic. I didn't like it when I first was cutting it out. I still kind of on the ropes about it, and it's hard to see on the camera here, but because it's so light, when you snip them out, it does tend to leave flash or extra plastic or just stress marks, whatever you want to call it. I did try shaving them down a little bit. You can see it on here. It's not noticeable on the gray plastic or the blue as much, but on the red it really stands out, and then a little bit on the head up here. It's fine. And once you get it all together and highlight it and put the stickers on, he does look fantastic. And I like him more than Nemesis Prime, that mold, because it stays together good. It does feel floppy like Nemesis Prime because it's so thin, but it stays wherever I put him. So that is fantastic. And here's a comparison. I know I kept saying Nemesis Prime, but I built this guy first. Size comparison wise to Optimus Prime, the IDW version. Pretty cool. He looks bigger than he actually is because of the wings, but he's actually pretty thin. But if I were to, from the back here, yeah, Optimus definitely has that bulky, blocky look of a leader figure, and Starscream has that thin, aerodynamic look of a guy who turns into a jet. But overall, I'm impressed with it. I like it a lot. Once he's posed the way my final pose that I want for him, he's going to look great on the shelf next to all the other model kits. I doubt I'd take him down and play with him that often because he's not meant to be played with. I feel he's a model kit. He's meant to be built. But yeah, if you look at the stickers, I have less complaints about these stickers than I did about Optimus, just because they're a pain to put on, just like all stickers, but at the same time, they tend to stay. And they don't look as gaudy because it's just on the wings, really. There's no other stickers on here that I put on that look bad. All the small ones, like on the shoulders here and on the hips, they look fine. Really, the detail is in the molding, and they did a fantastic job with this. I can't say anything else. It's great. If you like Starscream, you're going to like this. If you don't like Starscream, I don't know why you're watching this video. Or if you don't like model kits. Maybe you're just bored. I don't know. But thanks for watching. Do like the cool kids do. Like, comment, and subscribe. And once more kits come out, I will see what I can do to get them and put up some more videos and my thoughts on them. Thanks for watching.